Have you ever snapped a photo after a fun night out ready to share it online only to feel a sudden twist in your stomach? It's like a little ache in your heart and a voice inside your head quietly asks, "Why am I doing this?" This moment is more common than you might think. For some, it's just a fleeting thought they shrug it off and post anyway. For others, it's a turning point. They pause, put their phone away, and reclaim the moment for themselves. This video explores what sets these two groups apart and what we can learn from those who choose not to post. Today's world, posting photos on social media almost feels like a requirement. It becomes such a routine part of our lives that not sharing can seem unusual. But what drives this urge to post, and why do some people resist it? To answer these questions, we need to look at how our relationship with social media has evolved over time. Understanding this shift helps us see why posting isn't as simple as it once was. Remember when posting photos online was genuinely exciting? Back in the early days of platforms like MySpace and Facebook, sharing pictures was all about connecting with friends and family across the globe. There was a sense of novelty and fun. Social media didn't have a fixed identity yet, and everyone was just figuring things out as they went along. It was a time of experimentation and genuine sharing, without the pressure of likes or followers. As social media platforms grew in popularity, the way we used them began to change. What started as harmless sharing with friends and family slowly turned into a competition for popularity. Suddenly, it wasn't just about sharing moments, it was about getting the most likes and reaching the largest audience. The pressure to perform started to creep in, and authenticity began to fade into the background. Soon, posting became less about self-expression and more about performance. People started curating their online presence, only sharing what they thought would get the best reaction. The fear of being seen as cringe or inauthentic grew, and many stopped sharing their real selves. Instead, they posted what they believed would be most popular, losing touch with the original joy of sharing. Psychologists describe this shift as a move from intrinsic to extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is when you share photos because you genuinely want to, for your own enjoyment or to connect with others. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is driven by external rewards like likes, followers, or avoiding criticism. This change has made posting feel less personal and more like a performance for an invisible audience. Extrinsic motivation can strip away our individuality. Instead of sharing what truly matters to us, we start to focus on what will be rewarded or accepted by others. The fear of being judged or missing out on likes can make us forget what it means to be real. We become performers, constantly adjusting our actions to fit an ever-changing standard set by social media trends. Compared to the early 2010s, posting today feels more like a performance than an expression. The average dinner date is a perfect example. You're excited to eat, but before you can take a bite, someone insists on taking the perfect photo for social media. It's less about savoring the moment and more about showing off to followers. The experience becomes about appearances rather than genuine enjoyment. Recognizing the performative nature of social media doesn't mean you're immune to it. Even if you don't want to be an influencer, there's still a minimum standard that many feel pressured to meet. It's like an invisible line in the sand, one you might not even notice until you suddenly feel the pressure to keep up. This social media theater affects almost everyone, whether they realize it or not. Pressure to maintain a certain online image is subtle but powerful. You might not notice it until it hits you unexpectedly. Maybe you're scrolling through your feed and realize you haven't posted in a while, or you feel anxious about whether your photos are good enough. These invisible standards shape our behavior, often without us even realizing it. This ongoing battle between extrinsic and intrinsic motivation is at the heart of our social media experience. On one side, there's the desire to share and connect authentically. On the other, there's the pressure to perform and meet external expectations. This conflict can make posting feel stressful and even lead some people to stop sharing altogether. One moment that really highlights this conflict is known as the photographer's paradox. Imagine you're at a concert, fully immersed in the music and the atmosphere. Suddenly, you realize you haven't taken a photo yet. Instantly, you feel a burden, the need to capture the moment for proof, not just for yourself. This paradox is the tension between enjoying the experience and feeling compelled to document it for others. In these moments, you become both the observer and the performer. You want to enjoy the experience, but you also feel the need to prove that you were there and had fun. This dual role can take away from the value of the experience itself, making it harder to be present and truly enjoy the moment. When we focus too much on capturing and sharing, we risk missing out on the real value of our experiences. The need to document everything for social media can overshadow the joy of simply being present. It's a delicate balance between wanting to remember a moment and feeling pressured to prove it happened. So what makes some people choose not to post their photos? For many, it's a conscious decision to reclaim their experiences. They recognize the pressure to perform and decide to step back, focusing instead on enjoying the moment for themselves. This choice is often rooted in a desire for authenticity and a rejection of external validation. Choosing not to post can be empowering. It allows people to reclaim their moments and experience them fully without the distraction of social media. This doesn't mean they never share, but rather that they're selective and intentional about what they post. It's about prioritizing real connection over online performance. Those who pause before posting often use that moment for reflection. They ask themselves why they want to share and whether it's for themselves or for others. This self-awareness helps them make choices that align with their values rather than simply following social media trends. Authenticity is at the core of this decision. People who choose not to post are often motivated by a desire to be true to themselves. They value genuine experiences over curated online personas. This authenticity can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections with others, both online and offline. Constantly performing for social media can be exhausting. It takes energy to curate your life for an audience, and the pressure to keep up can lead to burnout. By stepping back from posting, some people find relief from this cycle and rediscover the joy of living in the moment. Setting boundaries with social media is an important step for many. This might mean limiting how often they post or being more thoughtful about what they share. These boundaries help protect their mental health and ensure that social media remains a positive part of their lives. Social media trends can be powerful, shaping what we post and how we present ourselves. But those who resist posting are often less influenced by these trends. They focus on what feels right for them rather than what's popular or expected. For many, the greatest joy comes from experiences that aren't shared online. Whether it's a quiet dinner with friends or a spontaneous adventure, these moments are cherished for their own sake. By keeping some experiences private, people can savor them more deeply. Memories can be more meaningful when they aren't filtered through the lens of social media. By focusing on the experience itself rather than how it will look online, people create stronger, more lasting memories. This approach values presence over performance. Of course, the fear of missing out, FOMO, can still be a challenge. Seeing others post about their lives can make anyone question their own choices. But those who don't post often find that the benefits of privacy and authenticity outweigh the temporary discomfort of FOMO. Privacy is a powerful motivator. For some, keeping their lives private is a way to maintain control over their personal narrative. They decide what to share and what to keep to themselves, creating a sense of security and autonomy. Not posting can also impact relationships. It can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections as people focus on real interactions rather than online appearances. Friends and family may appreciate the authenticity and presence that comes with less screen time. For many, self-worth becomes tied to social media feedback. The number of likes or comments can influence how we feel about ourselves. Those who step back from posting often find that their self-worth becomes more stable, rooted in real-life experiences rather than online validation. Ultimately, the freedom to choose whether or not to post is empowering. It's about making decisions that align with your values and priorities. Whether you share everything or nothing at all, the important thing is that the choice is yours. Intentional sharing means thinking carefully about what you post and why. It's about quality over quantity and making sure that your online presence reflects who you really are. This approach can make social media more meaningful and less stressful. It's easy to be influenced by what others post, but those who choose not to post often develop a stronger sense of self. They're less swayed by trends and more focused on what matters to them personally. By stepping back from social media, many people rediscover the simple joys of everyday life. They find happiness in small moments, free from the pressure to document everything. This shift can lead to a greater sense of contentment and well-being. Technology has made it easier than ever to share our lives, but it's also made it harder to disconnect. Those who choose not to post are often intentional about how they use technology, setting limits to protect their time and attention. Mindful consumption of social media means being aware of how it affects you. It's about noticing when you feel pressured or anxious and making choices that support your well-being. This mindfulness can help you enjoy social media without letting it control you. Being present in the moment is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. By focusing on what's happening right now rather than how it will look online, you can experience life more fully. This presence leads to richer, more meaningful experiences. Social media often encourages perfectionism, but those who don't post learn to let go of the need to appear perfect. They embrace the messiness of real life, finding beauty in authenticity rather than flawless images. Privacy allows people to keep special moments just for themselves and their loved ones. It's a way to honor the significance of personal experiences without the need for outside validation. This gift of privacy can make moments feel even more meaningful. Choosing not to post can build confidence. It's a way of trusting your own judgment and valuing your experiences regardless of what others might think. This self-assurance can carry over into other areas of life as well. Success doesn't have to be measured in likes or followers. For many, true success is about living authentically and enjoying life's moments without the need for public approval. Redefining success in this way can lead to greater happiness and fulfillment. When people choose not to post, it can inspire others to do the same. This ripple effect encourages more authentic sharing and less pressure to perform. Over time, it can help create a healthier, more supportive online community. There's a lot we can learn from people who don't post their photos online. Their choices remind us of the importance of authenticity, presence, and intentionality. By observing their habits, we can find ways to make our own social media use more meaningful. Social media isn't inherently bad, it's a tool, and how we use it matters. By being mindful and intentional, we can make social media work for us rather than feeling controlled by it. This approach helps us stay connected without losing ourselves in the process. Choosing not to post can offer a fresh perspective on life. It encourages us to focus on what truly matters and to find value in our own experiences. This perspective shift can lead to greater satisfaction and a deeper sense of meaning. At the end of the day, embracing real life means accepting both the highs and the lows. It's about being present, authentic, and true to yourself. Whether you choose to post or not, the most important thing is to live in a way that feels right for you. The psychology of people who don't post their photos on social media reveals a lot about our relationship with technology, authenticity, and self-worth. By understanding their choices, we can all find ways to use social media more intentionally and meaningfully. As we wrap up, remember that social media is just one part of life. The choice to post or not is deeply personal, and there's no right or wrong answer. What matters most is that your actions reflect your values and bring you genuine happiness. In a world full of noise, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply be present.